What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are going to be talking about a dozen different altcoins today. I've been gone away from the helm, going to Vegas, getting married, enjoying New Year's Eve. You know, I'm back in the saddle, and yeah, we're going to get started with that. I got a lot of requests, so luckily some of them requested the same coin, multiple people, but let's get started. Enough about all that. We're going to start it off with GROK for user DS, moving on to XVG for Crypto Kaku, ICP for Keltinger, Perpetual Coin, whatever that is, for Hoshi, ZCX for Duarte. He said, "What, are you afraid?" I'm not afraid. I'm a little bit scared, man, but I've been avoiding ZCX, but we're going to go for it. Dash, ALGO, and TEZOS for E-Mills, Compete Crypto for Daniel Achio, ELON and BSV for Mike Ike, and Drone Spotting also requested BSV. So again, in that order, guys, we're going to be talking about GROK, XVG, ICP, Perpetual Coin, ZCX, Dash, ALGO, TEZOS, Compete Crypto, ELON, and BSV. I will leave timestamps in the description. If you do not see the timestamps, that's because I have not yet reviewed it. I'm going to make other videos after this, and I'll go back and edit it afterwards. But that's the order, so I hope that helps. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get into this. If anybody has any requests or anything that they want me to do some TA on, feel free to leave it in the comments section, and I will do that. I'll also leave a link to the Discord in the description. You can leave it there. Oh, damn, man. Oh, damn. Forgot about the Discord, didn't I? You know what? I might make a separate video just for the Discord people. I normally do Discord first. This is a first ever where I do the Discord second, but I'm going to make a different video just for the Discord people, unless there's a similar coin here. But anyways, let's get started on this. All right. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and yada, yada, yada. Let's get into it. Bottom to top here on the fib. You're at your 0.5, found resistance on your 382. GROK probably goes down. It probably does. Move to the 61869. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. It could hold support here. You know, you've got a nice potential for like a double bottom. That is possible, completely possible. With your daily RSI looking the way it does, though, I would think you want to go lower. Probably to 003 to 0025, and I know that that's not encouraging being at 005 right now, but you very well could see like a 40 to 50% drop from here. I believe that's what that would be. Let me just get that. That would be a 36 to about a 50% drop from here. Still to go, and I do think that that's coming. Looking at the 4 hour, 4 hour looks sad, man. Looks very sad RSI, very sad in the price. Rejecting your green line like this, staying below it, not a good look. Lower highs, lower lows. Maybe go up in the immediate term. You do have a little bit of bullish divergence here. I doubt you get above this high. If you get above that high, that's not too crazy, but you might get rejected off the green line again. The way that I would look at this, anytime you're in a defined downtrend and you're below the green line, the 123 moving average, whenever you get above it, it's probably going to be a primary to sell. So if you do get above it, it's probably a primary to sell, let alone even if you just get below anywhere in that area, really. But maybe you move up a little bit. You're at 005 now, maybe it goes to 0069, 007, something like that, and then lower, because you are kind of overbought on your 4 hour RSI, though it does look sad. 1 hour looks sad too, but yeah. So that's GROK, probably going down. Let's move on to XVG. XVG USD. Sure, Binance is fine. So you are in a sideways range. You've been in it since August of this year. Nice to see a little bit. Stagnant, really. Actually, you've been in this range since like May of 2022. You had a little like fakie here, and then you came back down. It's looking constructive. You're kind of in an accumulation zone, I would say. If you were to go lower, that's nothing to be concerned about. You probably do come back up inevitably. I like Verge, man. I don't know too much about it, like what it's got going for it right now. But let me just see real quick if we've got more of a chart here. That was the same exact chart. Maybe this one. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Yeah, I like this chart a lot, man. Double bottom. It looks like the whole thing is like a giant W. I actually really do like this a lot. Let's see. Do I have a... Would there be something else? We'll just keep it on this. That's fine. We don't need the volume. Top to bottom from last cycle to the most recent bear market lows. Holding the 236 very well. I would think you go up, man. I think the next time you get above this 382, don't be surprised if you break above it, find support on it, and then move to your 61869. But I think really whenever you break out of this range, you're going to make a move probably up to here between 1.6, 1.7 cents to like 2.3 cents, something like that. Yeah, you're at 0.0035 cents right now, so yeah, probably going to happen sometime. If you do move down, I don't think it'd be by much, and if you were by a sad chance to go down right here, that would probably be very short-lived, and you'll revert back up to here, maybe accumulate for a second more, and then or consolidate, and then move up. But this thing looks good, you know, over the long term, the medium term even. The daily RSI looks very neutral. I want to kind of blow this up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, very, very neutral. Not getting overbought, not getting oversold, bouncing off of both. Doing the same on the price. You are above the green line, which is nice, but you did actually no, you did just get below it. Very neutral, very, very neutral. You're probably going to see a breakout at some point. Hopefully it's to the upside. If it is to the downside, again, you know, it might move a little bit down there, but don't expect too much. I doubt you would see new lows. Let's see what you're doing in your relative fibs. Bottom to top here. Is that right? I did draw that right, yeah. You're finding resistance on your 382. That's not really encouraging. I would think that with this look that you would go to your 61869, which would be down here first. You know, those price targets I was just talking about up at like 1.7 to 2.3 cents, those are still very much in play. But I think that maybe you take a pit stop at 0.0023 to 0.0027, somewhere in that range. Find support and then move up, something like that. Maybe you're getting ready to form an inverse head and shoulders, and then you move up, right? You got your left shoulder here, you got your right shoulder there, and then you move up. Something like that could happen, but maybe not. It doesn't have to look exactly like that. Daily, again, neutral, 4 hour. Looks like it wants to go down a little bit, so in the more immediate term, probably down. I really would think that you see prices a little bit lower than this, but don't let that discourage you. That'll actually probably be a prime buying opportunity, and then you'll move up. So that's Verge. That's Verge. Unless, you know, if you don't move down, you might just break straight out and go to the upside now. I know I'll get those snarky comments that say, oh, so you could go up or you could go down. Well, hey, buddy. You try making a prediction saying it's going to go up or down. I put my opinion on the line. I say that I think it's going down. I'm just saying it's in an accumulation phase. It could very well break up to the upside too. Don't be surprised either way. If I was trying to buy Verge for the long term, I'd probably hold some, not put the whole bag into it, just hold some. If it drops, buy more. If it goes up, just keep holding and be happy about it, you know. But that's Verge, man. ICP USD. I feel like I talk about this thing all the time, man, and it's really not worth talking about, in my opinion, because it's probably going to see some significant retracement here pretty soon. And you know, I think this coin has a lot of hype around it, but I don't really understand why, because the potential for it's just not there, man. This thing, like, let's look it up real quick, okay? I've already gone over this a bunch of times. I'm not going to do it now, but there's a bunch of coins that have been put into circulation. It's got an infinite supply. This does increase the market cap while diminishing the price. The market cap can stay afloat while the price sinks. This is perfect for people who are contributing to the ecosystem. They're staking, they're voting, they're participating in the DAO, which I guess would be voting. They're mining it. I don't know how these coins are being put into circulation, but however it is, it's good for the people participating in the ecosystem. But for people like you and me who are speculators investing, I don't like stuff like this. It's at a $6.1 billion market cap. Beautiful number, very strong number. Like, that's, don't get me wrong, that's impressive. But you know, to see a 10x in this thing, you'd be at a $60 billion market cap, which would be all the way up here. A 900% growth is a 10x, so that's 133. I would be shocked. I'd be kind of shocked if you went too much past that. I think from here it could see another 10x in growth, but don't. Not that 10x is anything to be ashamed of, but there are a lot of cryptos that we're going to be covering that 100x is possible, 20x, 50x. There, you know, like 10x in the grand scheme of things for crypto isn't really big. Would I expect that you get above this high? Maybe. Would I expect that you get above here? Probably not. Probably. I very much doubt. If you get above 60 billion, good job. You're doing more than I give you credit for. I very much doubt that you would see a 20x or anything like that, because that would put you at 120 billion. I don't know much about this coin, but I don't think it deserves. It hasn't been around long enough, man. I don't think it deserves a multi-hundred billion dollar market cap. Though it could see that with all the coins it's producing, but if it continues to produce coins into circulation, maybe that market cap, maybe the market cap itself does do a 20x, but the price, doesn't. It's going to underperform because there's new coins being put into circulation. Either way, definitely bullish, definitely looks bullish. This is a nice move. It probably does continue up throughout the cycle, but on a daily perspective, I think you take a pause. I think you take a break, and you're probably going to see a move that takes you all the way, I love you too, all the way down to, let's see here, from low to high, $8.34, probably down there. Makes sense, kind of around this like previous checkpoint. I bet you go down there. This is a strong move. I do expect continuation off of it, but right now you're going to take a back seat, that's all. And then probably move up higher afterwards, but for now, down. Okay. Anybody wondering about ICP over the next weeks, like coming weeks, month even, it's going down. It's probably going to go down. It could go all the way back to 5 or 480. If it goes below this line, don't panic. It probably will find support down here, but down for now is what I'm thinking. Beautiful RSI. Looks like it needs a break. That's ICP for you, man. Down and then up. Now we're talking about perpetual coin. Someone said to do perpetual coin. What? Let me just type it in on here. Maybe I can get some perpetual coin. All right, Mr. Hoshi. I don't know what perpetual coin is, but if it's not perpetual protocol, then I'm sorry, but this is the one we're gonna get. I like the tickers. The tickers help. It's okay. Give me the names, but PERP. I hope that's it, because if not, we're doing the wrong one, and that would be a waste of time for me and for everybody else. But hopefully it's not. Hopefully this is the right one. And it's not a waste of time. Maybe it's a gem. Maybe it's a hidden gem, and we're gonna do. We're gonna find the next big thing. Like, you never know. I feel like I keep seeing something moving. Oh, it's my cat got in the chair there. That might be what it is. Let's see here. Okay, so there is more than just Coinbase. Isn't it funny? Look at this chart, right? When did it start going down? It started going down August in 2021. Okay. Which was, toward the end of the bull cycle. Hey, look at that. November 2021, not too shortly after getting listed on Coinbase, it just started doing bad. Let's see. Cracking a little bit. Starts getting listed on major exchanges, then it goes down. Who would have guessed? Let's see. Binance has a little bit more. We'll use Binance. We'll use this chart. We don't need all the history, but this is enough. The all-time high to all-time low. Come on now, baby. Let's go. You're at the 382. On a weekly basis, we got 2 days, 20 hours left, about 3 days left. If being the key word, if you can get above $1.69, essentially, close the week above it, there's hope that this move might continue onward. But with the overall climate of crypto right now, don't be surprised. It's very common to get a little bit above your 382, come back down for your 236, and then move on to your 61869. So by default, I would assume you probably move back to that 90-cent area, maybe even a little bit higher than that. Find support in that like $1 area, right? Very overbought on the weekly. You could go higher, man. These strong readings, they can promote a lot of growth in a very short amount of time. Let's look at the daily. Not a whole lot to go off of, Bearish divergence, a bit of a double top here. Decrease in volume on Binance. Let's see if we got a USDT. We do. Decrease in volume still. Yeah, this doesn't look good. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it looks like, to be completely fair, you did pull back. You had your divergence played out. You could make another run up, man. I think you have some downside impending, probably again around that 90-cent area, but maybe a little bit higher first. Let's see. high to low here. Get the extensions. 1414 tipped. Man, have you guys noticed, anybody that's been watching the channel, have you noticed that 1414 has been hot lately on a lot of cryptos? Like, hot, man. Very, very hot. It's the season of the 1414 for some reason. Tipped it. Can't get more perfect than that. You want to know how you find that, right? I didn't take this high to low. You could. Like, there might be some relative fibs on this, right? That's okay. But really what I did was I took, and you still went to the 1414 basically there too. However you want to draw it, whatever works. But the high here, like the middle point of this range, of this like W pattern, you have like an Adam and Eve here. It is an Adam and Eve, actually. It looks like it. That's how I drew it, man. You could pull back. You know, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't go below $1. Let's. What is this real quick? Let me see. We're gonna go with the low. That is the technicality on it. You go from low to high. Let's be conservative, because technicals aside, I like to be conservative. And technically, you would measure from the low to the high, but this fits more with the pattern. I'm gonna be, and it's more conservative. It's better to be surprised, right? Expect less, get more. That's always nice. So right there, measure move would take you all the way near the 2272, which is also pretty popular in cryptos. So maybe this thing isn't done, man. Maybe it does want to move all the way. That's all the way at like 630. You're at $1.55 now. Maybe you touch back to $1.15, bounce off the 886, and then move up. That's a pretty common maneuver. You basically did it there. This thing's looking strong, man. I don't, you know, this RSI doesn't look too friendly, but you already had that downside move. Let's see how it does. You know, as long as you're holding above this line, I think you can continue to go up. But if you close below the 886, you're probably going to that 90-cent area, because it's the overall 236 from the overall, like the macro fib. But on this more specified fib, it's also like this 61869 area. You could even go down to like 80 cents, 80 to 90 cents. I would say 80 to $1 is definitely at play here, but not until you close below $1.15. So as long as you're holding above that, you're looking good, man. You're looking like really good. Like you want to go up above $5, genuinely. 4 hour doesn't look half bad. Gotta say, man. It really doesn't look half bad at all. Yeah. If you can hold support at previous areas of resistance like you're doing, man, you might go up. Maybe instead of going down all the way like that, you're just building this kind of parabolic structure. You might come back and check this. You might go lower from here, but I don't know, man. Stuff like this, it looks like bearish divergence, and it is. It's a double top even, but it already played out. It already played out, so that can throw people off. They're like, oh, it's going to go down. Well, it's like it already did go down. So on a very big exchange too, Binance being the biggest exchange. So I spent enough time on this. I don't really know what else to say. I think it has more upside to go. Whether it happens now or not is kind of a question. There is a bit of a question mark in this. The overall climate of crypto would make me assume by default that it would go down, but you never know, man. Just because most cryptos look bearish right now, Bitcoin itself might go down too, doesn't mean that this thing has to. If you can close today green, if you're bouncing off this overbought zone, that would look really good too. So watch for that in the more immediate terms. Closing today green would be a big deal. But if not, you know, whatever. You're at $1.54, you'll go back to 90, 80 cents, something like that. Another opportunity to buy, still a higher low, blah, blah, blah. And if not, if you don't go down there, you've got a lot of upside to go, man. Probably a lot of upside to go. So before this thing is deciding to be done. And it has this parabolic look, man. It'll happen fast. It could happen by the end of January, if not sometime in February. Like, it would happen fast. But that's PERP. I hope that's the right one. If not, hey, looks good. Happy accident there. ZCX. Man, I'm terrified of Unizen. Oh, I don't know, Mr. Duarte. This thing scares me. He commented, he's like, what are you, afraid? I think he's just having fun, man. I'm not taking offense to it. I hope you're not either. I'm just having fun with it, you know. Accumulation phase. You're at the top of it. Would it make sense to find resistance here and pull back? Sure, you've done it a few times. Let's see what you're doing on the relative fib. You're already kind of pulling back, right? Yeah, you're holding above the 382. It's not bad. You could go lower. You could go to about 9 cents. You might go all the way back to 6 to 6.6 cents. You very well could. Got overbought. You're out of it now. That would, to me, you're below the 236. That would imply that you go lower. I would think that you go lower, at least to 9 cents. But genuinely, I'm kind of expecting that you would find support in this range. Previous areas of support down here, previous area of resistance right there, it would make sense to me. Higher low, and then get on, and then you're probably getting ready to move up higher. It might even kind of look like an inverse head and shoulders. with that kind of look. I don't know. I know it looks a little bit messy, but let's look at the daily. Am I missing anything real quick? I want to be sure. Sometimes I breeze through these, and I like to breeze through them, but I like to give them all an honest look too. Yeah, you're right at your 236. It wouldn't be crazy if you came down, man. What is that? What is that 618, 69 area? That's like just above that. You could see the 786. You might even go all the way down to like 5 cents, man. You could. Previous area of support, it's at your 069 as well, right around your 786. Wouldn't be crazy. Previous area of support there too. I would say you're moving anywhere from about 5.2 to 6.6 cents. If not, you'll move to 9 cents. Hold that as support, then you're probably going up. But I would think you go down, like lower probably. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, bearish divergence has been forming for a while. You're like rounding out this. You're probably going to go lower, man. Yeah. Probably below 9 cents if I really had to guess. Lack of volume, it'll probably increase as you're moving down, but that's okay. So that's ZCX, probably down from here, and then up, after that. But again, probably around 5.3, 5.2. I forget what I said. 5.2, I think, to 6.6 cents, somewhere in that area. Dash. I love talking about Dash, man. It's an OG coin. I'm pretty sure it's not going to do anything with itself this cycle, but I love talking about OG coins. There's hope that it could do well. Let's see, Coinbase. Does Coinbase have the all-time history? It does not. I'm shocked that Coinbase doesn't have. There we go. That's Dash. There we go. Let's look at this. It's rare that you can use a monthly chart on anything but Bitcoin, man. Or like any of like the top 10 coins, but this thing's been around for a while. Now the thing is, it looks great, right? It looks like it's got higher lows, whatever, but really it doesn't, right? The last cycle that it had this low here. Last cycle it was a lower high. This cycle it's a lower low, and even since Bitcoin and most cryptos found their lows, this thing's continued to achieve lower lows. That's not a good look, man. It really isn't a good look. I'm not a fan of this at all. I would think that Dash, because it's a crypto, it's an OG coin, I would think it performs well in the coming cycle. It's at $30 now. Watch it go to $100 and that's it. Watch it go to $300 and that's it. And $300 is still a 10x, no shame, but a lower high probably, and then it's done, man. After this cycle, like this, we could be witnessing the death of Dash in the next bear cycle. Arguably, we've already witnessed it, but like the real downfall is probably going to come in the next cycle. Unless it gains relevance, unless it finds some kind of significance in this cycle, people start getting all hyped and back into it again. But, if you have it and then you lose it, it's really hard to get it back. It's really hard. So, yeah, let's see. Let's look at the more immediate term stuff. I know in my last videos I was talking about it going up. Hey, it did. It looks like it went up a little bit. Not bad. Bottom to top here. What's crazy is like a lot of cryptos are forming higher lows. This thing found resistance in the bullish area of control, man. I think it's going to form a lower low. I really think you're going to go to like $20, maybe down to $17, maybe even lower. Like I think you have lower lows to come, man. Lower than this low. As unfortunate as that is, I have no reason to believe that it's done. Why? Zoom out. You're in a downtrend. You've been in a downtrend. A lot of cryptos broke out of their downtrend. Dash has not, man. Lower highs, lower lows. As far as I'm concerned, you're still in a downtrend, so the next thing to do is a lower low. Which is sad, man, because I really do. I like these OG coins, man. Rejected the 382 below your 236, yeah. I'm very confident $17 to $20, if not lower, is coming for Dash. Like, that's good shorting opportunity. I'm not shorting it. In fact, I don't recommend anybody short anything in a bull market. In fact, I don't recommend anybody do margin trading, period. If you want to, go for it, but very, very small amounts of your portfolio, treat it like gambling, because it essentially is. Don't put yourself in a position where you can lose everything, okay? Really don't. That's what margin trading is. It puts you in a position where you can lose everything. You think you're doing something smart and making money, and I would say shorting this thing is probably not a bad idea. I'm not shorting it though. I'm staying away from that, because you put yourself in a vulnerable position. If you're holding it, if you're holding cash, you're holding the asset. Cash being cash, asset being Dash. you can lose money or gain money, sure, right? Based off inflation, based off of price fluctuations. But if you put yourself in a leveraged position, you can lose everything, like literally everything. Sure, you can make a lot of money, but man, you can make a lot of money in crypto without leverage. You really don't need it. Stay away from leverage, guys. I know it's tantalizing. I know it's exciting when you figure out what margin trading is, what leverage trading is. It's so exciting. If you want to degen out, go for it. Use 1% of your portfolio. When I started learning, I heard the big dogs talking about 1%. I'm like, oh, well, you got $1 billion, 1%, of course you're going to use that. But I don't care if you have $1,000. Use 1%, man. Yeah, like seriously, use $10. If you have $1,000, use $10 in your leverage trades, because you're probably going to screw it up at some point, man. It just, no offense, it's literally how it is. Stay away from leverage trading, guys. Don't wreck yourself. Find a project, buy it, hold it. If you're new, especially, do not think that you're better than most people and assume that you can make money successfully leverage trading. Maybe you'll get it right once. Maybe you'll get it right twice. You might get it right 4 times in a row. But that 5th time, that 6th time, that whatever, it could be 99 times out of 100. That one time that you're wrong, if you're new, you don't know how to mitigate risks, you're going to screw yourself up, man. Like really. It's easy to make money. It's even easier to lose money. It like really is, man. Most markets are made to take most of the money from most people most of the time. So don't put yourself in that position where they can take your money. That's Dash. Probably going down, man. Probably going down. Algorand, USD here. I feel like I'm moving through these, man, a little bit quicker. I got a little hung up on Dash, but whatever. Mainly on the leverage trading thing. Not really anything to go off of. I kind of knew that before I got into it. Let's see, is there something better? Because I think Algo's, is it not? I don't know if it is older than that, actually. No, maybe not. We might use Binance, though, just because it has more volume. Yeah, that's okay with me. On a weekly here, looking at the RSI, double top, baby. Not a friendly look. Beware of the double tops in the RSI, man, and the double bottoms. Not too overbought, but you know, you were up there for a second. You're out of the overbought zone now. 3 days from now, we'll confirm that. We'll close the week out. So with that, I would think you see a regular retracement from low to high here. You already bounced off your 382 a little bit. You probably come down to your 61869 around 11 to 12.5 cents, 11.5 to 12.5 cents, somewhere in there would make sense to me. You could go lower. A lot of these cryptos do like their 786, you know, especially the lower cap coins. You could go all the way down to about 10 cents, 10.5 cents. I would say 10.5 to 12.5 cents, somewhere around there is where this thing's going. Yeah, previous area of support. Right here, right? That's like right at your 886 even. Your 786 kind of comes in line with that as well. Previous area of resistance, that's not really, there we go, right there, previous area of resistance. It would make sense. It wouldn't be too crazy at all. Yeah, probably goes down, man. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to look at, I'm sorry, real quick. What about this one? Top to bottom. Ooh, you got above your 236 a little bit. So what? It's okay. Not really respecting it anyway, so who cares? We'll keep it relative. Let's look at the daily here. Yeah, daily looks sad. Looks like you're getting ready to roll over. You know, a lot of people, whenever you're learning TA, you're learning about charts, you see a candle like this, you're like, oh, that's bullish. It went all the way down. It came back up before closing. That means people bought, and it's going to go up higher. Well, yes, it did this time. But sometimes when you're coming off of a top and you see this, think of it like you're on a cliff, you're on a mountain, and you're coming down the mountain. You're trying to come down nice and gently, but you slip. And you recover a little bit, but really you're still going down the mountain, right? And so there's a saying that one of these guys on BitBoy Crypto, when it used to be BitBoy Crypto, I think his name it was Scaramucci's. I think it's Scaramucci's, unless that was his cat's name. But anyways, the Piano Man, it was something else. I forget what his name is. Anyways, he would say, "What wicks will get candlesticked," and I very much believe this will get candlesticked. It'll probably move lower. So RSI looks sad. Where are you going to go? Again, you're probably going to move down to about 12.6 cents to 10.4 cents, maybe even all the way down below 10 cents. That could happen, but I doubt you go lower than this. But lower to go for sure on Algorand. It's really not hard, man. This TA right now is like pick a coin. It's going down. That's really what it is. Watch, I'm gonna, without even looking at TEZOS, it's going down. I'm telling you right now. Oh, I might be wrong. I don't know. I might be wrong. Let's see. Hold up now. I know I keep clearing my throat, man. Kind of an interesting bottoming pattern. I do like it. It does leave the door open to go a little lower, though. Found resistance on your 236. Yeah, you probably do come down. I was, got that there. Daily here. Weird looking RSI, man. Very volatile RSI. Getting in overbought zone, rejecting it, coming out of it. Yeah, you probably go lower. You probably do. You move to like 80 cents or lower. That would be my thoughts. Low to high here, 382. Yeah, that would make sense, man. You're in a positive trend. Your green line is trending upwards. You can't really see it, I know, but here, it's trending upwards. I bet you go just below it, right where your 61869 is, probably around 75 to 78 cents, something like that, and then bounce. It's probably that. Not too dramatic of a drop, but a little bit dramatic, right? Pretty normal, pretty casual for crypto. Unless you bought the top, it's a little bit more. But yeah, down from here and then up. I do like this overall formation. I think TEZOS is getting ready to move higher. It looks like it's breaking out of its downtrend, though you haven't technically done that because you do have lower lows and lower highs still. The difference between this and Dash, though, is like it's looking like it wants to, right? Like even here, you got higher highs, higher lows. But right here, you can see it's like it's starting to roll over. Like here, you could have made a safe assumption like, oh, we're getting weeks closing below the green line. Oh, the green line's starting to peter out a little bit. Like there's beyond other things. You rejected your 50 on the RSI. You came out of the overbought zone, stuff like that. Technically, you have rejected your overbought zone here too. So. But you're really strong on your weekly RSI. You actually do look really strong. So maybe you find support on the 50 where before you found resistance on it, something like that. But I think you are getting ready to make a move higher, is all I'm trying to say. I don't think you'll see new lows. I think, you found resistance at your 236. I'd very much expect that you'll find resistance at your $1.72 area, right around your 382. So probably around $1.70, $1.75, somewhere around there after you move down to about 70 to 75 cents, something like that. So that's TEZOS. Let's move on to KOMPETE. 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 Maybe we can do it on this one. KOMPETE. No RSI on this one. I'll add it, screw it. Indicators, for those of you that want to do it yourself, indicators, scroll down to R for RSI, right? It's the Relative Strength Index, RSI. Click on that. I like to set mine to 10. It comes out at a default 14. That's not some kind of psyops. It's like the default for a lot of people. Some people set it to 12. Some people set it to 20. Some people, somewhere in between. Like whatever. Mess around with it. Find what works for you. Or if you don't want to mess around with it, stick to 14. That's fine. I used 14 for years, man. I just use 10 because it's a little quicker. It's kind of hard to explain what I mean by quicker, but it is, on a shorter term time frame, so it is quicker, or a shorter input level. But whatever. I'm sorry, guys. That's annoying. It's like the one thing I wish I could get rid of. It's just like constant clearing of my throat, man. Rejection off the overbought zone. I would think you come down, though you are looking resilient, man. You don't like to go below your 50. This is kind of nice. You could, oh man, I don't know. You might be going up. This might be the one, man. Bullish divergence off your 4-hour. Hey. Get above that 50. Don't find resistance on it. By the time you watch this video, whoever you are that's interested in this KOMPETE, that would be Daniel Achiu. This one's for you, and that rhymed. if you can close above this 50, man, on the RSI, get this 4 hour to close green, you got 3 hours to go. It could look well. It really could look well. You might be moving on higher, man. You really might be. Look at the weekly here. Interesting. Bearish divergence kind of on the weekly. Interesting. Kind of weird. 1414 again, man. Finding support on that 1272 though. The fact that you got below it and you got back above it on a bullish engulfing candle, I would think you want to go higher. By default, I would think you want to go to about 6.1 cents. Here you are at 3.8 cents right now. So that's a bit of a decent increase. Pretty strong on your RSI. You have that potential for sure. Even if you do that, you still have the potential to form bearish divergence, and then maybe you get a more significant correction. But you're also like in line with this, right? Like you've got these. Maybe that's not right. Maybe it's like this. I don't know. It looked cleaner without the line, I feel like, but you're kind of holding this, right? I don't know. Looks good to me, man. Looks good to me. Prove me wrong. Go lower. If you close a day below 2.923 cents, if you close a day below that low there, you probably will go down to this previous area of resistance, maybe even lower than that. But I think it wants to go up, man. This is I think this is the only other one besides, what was it, Perpetual coin that looks like it wants to go higher. Genuinely speaking, yeah. 1 hour looks decent, man. 4 hour looks decent. Daily looks resilient, and the weekly is strong. So probably up from here. Probably up from here. And where are you going? Where, oh where? About 6 cents, right? I think that's what I said before. Yeah, about 6 cents. Okay, moving on from there. ELON. Dogelon Mars, man. Okay. Yep. You are at 100 zeros, 1660. I don't know how many zeros that is. I'm not going to count. Okay, screw it. 6 zeros? I think it is 6 zeros. We're going to say 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6. Found your low. Nice. Looks like a low to me. Low to high here. Nope. That's too high. Bounced right off your 1886. Beautiful. Came all the way back up to your 886. That's not generally a good look, but what's nice, the saving grace there is you found support on your 1414. You're finding support on your 1272 now. Even if you go lower, I think you might be okay, honestly. I wonder, man. I wonder if we can look this up real quick on this. ELON, Dogelon. That looks about the same. Right? Looks about this. You're just missing this instant pump here, so whatever. Yeah. Weekly RSI above the 50, looking kind of weak, neutral. Not too weak, but just neutral. Top to bottom here. Resistance at your 236. You might go lower, but man, you're kind of at this area where I would expect you'd find support just based off the price structure itself. Let's look at the daily. Finding support on the green line, sloped up. I like it. I like it a lot. You're near your oversold zone. You might have a little bit lower to go, but you're near the end of it. Like today could be the last day. Maybe the next few days is the last day of some downside. You might go. You're at 1663, 6 zeros, 1663. Maybe you go down to 6 zeros, 159. Not too far away, and then you move up. Looks decent though, man. Looks decent. Yeah. Probably a little bit lower and then up. I think you're getting ready to move higher, higher than these highs. Where are you going to move to? Probably this 382 at about 6 zeros, 3354. Let's see how you do. It wouldn't surprise me if you went even a little bit through that. You could go all the way to your 0.5 even, previous area of resistance here. Generally, whenever you break into, I should say oftentimes enough, when you break into a previous price zone, right, which like this is a price range right here, when you break into it, you don't, unless you find resistance on the bottom, right? That wouldn't be breaking into it. But if you break into it, you don't stop until you find the previous areas of resistance, which would be all the way up at that 0.5. So potential gains, man. I think Dogelon looks pretty good. I do. I think it goes down a little bit. It's not ready to go like today, but soon, man. Soon enough. Like in the coming weeks, probably in this month of January, you're going to see some upside. Do I expect it to be up here by the end of January? No. Maybe by the halving, maybe not. But I do think that you're working your way up here one way or another. That's a pretty quick trajectory. That would take you up there by April, end of April. It might be more of a trajectory like this, and that would be November. It really could be like that. So it might take its time. It might just pump like crazy. I mean, it does like to pump like crazy at times, but this was toward the end of the bull market. We're relatively in the beginning of the bull market, right? So the halving hasn't even happened yet. So that's Dogelon. Let's move on and finish this up with the wannabe Dragon Lord itself, Bitcoin SV, man. I think it had a pump recently, right? Watch BSV, one of those that wants to go up to, I don't know, it had a pump recently, I think, so it's probably going to want to go down. BCH, SV, BSV, USDT. Oh, man. Maybe crypto. Yeah. Nice pump, man. 96% of a pump. Hell yeah, good for the BSV holders. I don't like BSV. I don't like Craig Wright, but I like people making money. So anybody that's holding BSV that's had faith in it or speculatory, admiration in it, whatever you want to call it, that like you had faith that it would go up. Good job. Happy for you, man. I'm happy that in 1 week you doubled your money. That's badass, man. Even if you didn't sell, you're still up a pretty good bit. Overbought, hit the 86 level, an area, man, look at how common that is, right? It's almost like you've been waiting for this your whole, since you were last up here. You literally hit that, rejected back down. Let's see if you find support on this weekly. You've got about 3 days left in the week, so maybe you go down a little bit lower. You could even go a little bit out of the overbought zone and then come back up or bounce somewhere just below it. But let's see how you do with this. I'm kind of intrigued. You kind of have this like ascending little like thing here. You could go down and find support. I don't think this is the end of this move. I do think it wants to go higher. And look, your 61869's all the way up here. You're at $81 now, 138 to 171. I think that is in the forecast in the near future. But first, probably some downside. You finish this off with like some bearish divergence. You're out of the overbought zone. You probably come down a little bit. I don't know though, man. This is looking kind of decent too, right? Like something like that maybe. Maybe it's like this more so. I don't know. You could find support on your 50. That wouldn't be bad at all. Let's see what this thing's doing on the fib level. Low to high. 382 bounce. I like it. Yeah. Maybe you move down to about $59, $55. And then from there you move up. Maybe. Maybe you hold this 382, man. If you hold this 382, it's going to be very immediate that you move up. But I do think, relatively speaking, you probably move down. 4 hour looks weak. You do have bullish divergence presenting itself, but it still looks weak. 2 hour, yeah, looks weak. Hidden bearish divergence, rejecting the 50. 1 hour also looks weak. So probably down in the more immediate term, but if you can hold this 70, you can go below it. You can go below it and be fine, but if the dailies are closing above $75.6, you're probably going to see prices go well above $100 here pretty soon. But yeah, down for the immediate term. And that's it, guys. That's all I got. If I had to give a winner between all these, I don't know, man. I feel like Perpetual Coin probably is the winner out of all these. If there was a loser, the obvious choice would be Dash. Dash is the loser. It's the only one that's going to achieve lower lows out of all the ones we've talked about, and it's an OG coin. Sad to see, oh how the mighty fall, but it's just how it is. So with that, let's see, that would be Hoshi. Hoshi, you won this one, man. Good job. You don't win a prize, you just get your name called out and a little bit of fame and feeling good, And if that wasn't your coin, maybe think about investing in it. Not financial advice, none of this is financial advice, right? But just technical analysis, just some opinions. And I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up. Leave 2 thumbs ups. Start another account, leave another thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.